Episode 180. We're doing a complete 180 on all of our prior views. Bad to eat dog poop. It's good to be on the carnivore diet. But don't eat the poop that comes out.
The fappening was good. I mean,
the fappening sucks.
Yeah, we hate the fappening. We're never going to talk about it again.
Justin Verlander's ass is normal.
It's actually small to me.
It's really small and not sexy.
I can't lie.
Yeah, it's definitely not sexy.
What was our Yosemite Joe? Remember him from like one of their first episodes?
Yosemite Joe?
I think it was the name of an episode.
I forgot the name of it now already. I forgot my own meme.
Wow, that's a real throwback. That goes back so far. I would probably remember stuff from like the last 100 episodes.
Instead of Yosemite, though, didn't we use Yellowstone?
Yellowstone Joe. Yeah.
Yellowstone Joe. That's what it was.
Yellowstone
Fuck.
Joe.
I'm trying to remember what it was. Was it something about Yogi Bear?
Well, if everyone enjoyed the clip show. Just kidding.
Yeah, let's just let it roll from episode 1.
Yeah, let it roll. Let's start the episode from the top and let's just play that out.
I saw a thing on the timeline about park rangers being too woke. That was kind of funny. Like, how often are you running into a park ranger?
That guy specifically, never. That guy's never running into anyone because he doesn't leave his house.
I'm gonna quote tweet that and say, "Was this written by a bear?" How about that?
Yeah, he said there used to be 45-year-old bachelors, and now it's all they/thems running the national parks. And obviously, the go-to comeback to that is, well, they were gay. That's why they didn't have wives, because they were gay, and they would suck and fuck, and they would fuck the bears as well.
Also, no shit. Who cares about the environment?
Growing up around like a lot of like fucking hunters, like outdoorsmen and shit, the park rangers were the great Satan because they'd be the ones that would like count how many points you have on your buck or like measure your fish to see if it should get thrown back or
literally stuff that the rules that exist to like for conservation reasons and shit. They're like, fuck this,
they hate those guys.
Fun.
They think they should be able to dump garbage in the forest.
What do you mean I can't take home all these 1-inch long perch and eat them, even though there's no meat on them yet?
Yeah. Why can't I use a big net in the river?
This is food for my family. You're taking it off my son's plate.
What do you mean I can't eat carp from this fucking nuke power plant water runoff?
Yeah. I can't eat 10 of these carp.
What's wrong with a 3-eyed fish? Who cares?
I'm putting a leash on this carp and walking it home since it has 4 legs. Fuck you.
I like park rangers. That's my bold stance. I think park rangers provide a great service, and I do not include them in ACAB.
I think it's good, and I think they/thems are uniquely suited to being park rangers because their names are all like leaf and twig and tree.
Forest.
Forest might be too gendered, actually.
I don't know. It depends how you spell it. I'm not going to elaborate.
If you spell it with 1 R, then it's normal. Then if you spell it with 2 R's, then it's the KKK guy.
Yeah, I guess it's less gendered if it's 1 R. But I guess people might still assume that it's Forrest, like Forrest Gump, or Nathan Bedford Forrest.
But not me. I don't assume.
So I would go with Tree or something like that.
Nathan Bedford Forrest.
Oh, that's a beautiful name for a high school in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Maybe they should never change it until like 2016, something like that.
And wait a minute, Jacksonville. Who is that named after?
Couldn't tell you. So Michael, you might have some news about Sean Stevens, our beloved,
Did you guys,
beloved CEO.
You guys know the green-haired CEO that sings all the songs?
Oh, yeah.
Our boy, CEO of Tree Frog?
Mm-hmm.
Well, someone got kidnapped in South Africa over a Christmas vacation for 4 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's like being at the airport.
He started it off, there's like a 2.5-minute TikTok on his channel now, Sean.Stevens Music. And he's got this beard now. Like, he looks like he's been held hostage, but it's only for 4 hours. Anyway.
He looks like a Backstreet Boy.
I feel bad for him because he was there. He's being a dork. He definitely has too much money. He's like, I wanted to take my kids to Mount Kilimanjaro to promote my new song. I'm like, yeah, that's normal vacation. Fuck.
Your parents didn't
Jesus
do that?
Christ. That's like a $15,000 trip with 3 people. You're talking, you need the Kilimanjaro guides. You need to fly to fucking South Africa, then drive to Tanzania. Like, that's a fucking trek. That is so much money.
This is an American guy, right?
No, he's Canadian.
No,
he lives in York or something outside Toronto.
Well, I guess that's even worse. Why can't you go to a mountain in Canada or the U.S.?
Yeah, for the background, this guy,
gorillas.
He's like a nightmare of a boss because he's like rich, and he dresses like a Sims. He dresses like if you made a Sims guy punk rock. He has like a vest with a tie and like 2 tight jeans that are too dark blue denim to be cool. They're like boot cut, and he's got a big ass, and he's got this green hair at the top. He looks like the Gerbil.
What was his name? Bon Scott?
No, Sean Stevens.
Bon Scott, yeah, he died.
And
Tree Frog Inc. is his company.
he's like, I call it her orphan foundation, but it's more of a child at risk foundation because I think it's like not actually orphans, but just there's a lot of kids in poverty in South Africa.
Mhm.
Apparently his mom runs an organization. Whatever. I don't want to ask too many questions about a rich white family from Canada having too many hands over in Africa. But anyway, if they're doing good work, I don't care.
Not involved in mining.
problem
I'll tell you
came-
that much.
He was doing something cool too on his way. He was on his way back from doing something cool, which was dropping medicine off in Eswatini while he was also in South Africa. Then when they got out of Eswatini back into South Africa, they got pulled over by fake cops who then took control of their car and drove them around to ATMs at gunpoint, just draining them.
Jesus.
And I mean, they know their target, I guess. The worst part of the TikTok, and like I said, it is a shitty story, and I'm glad he's okay, and he's gonna be fine because his family is all millionaires. Whatever. Those guys picked a great target, and no one got hurt. So
They know who to rob over there. They know who has the money, and a lot of the time it's white people.
they saw the goofy green-haired guy sticking his head out the window playing a guitar, and they're like, "All right, that one."
Remember the Guinness Book of World Record books?
Yeah.
I never had to ask for stuff for Christmas because my parents just gave me that.
Yeah. Did you have the Millennium Edition? It was like
I love that
silver.
one. Yep.
Yeah.
So there was a thing in there about like
It was
it
chrome.
was yeah, but the record was like most robberies or something, and it was about I think Johannesburg in South Africa, somewhere in South Africa, and they had a picture of a car that had fucking flamethrowers coming out the side of it, and I remember my little like 10-year-old ass going up to my dad and being like, "Why does the car do this?" I'm like, well, there's a lot more car thefts over there, so you got to protect yourself. And
My
like,
favorite. That's true. My favorite Guinness was the '99 one. Going to the body oddities page because they had the woman with the largest breasts, and they're so big that you can see
Nice.
her areolas coming out of her
let's
shirt.
fucking go.
I'll just go to. I'd look at that like every day.
Imagine you have the fucking flamethrowers for carjacking installed in your vehicle, though. One, like if you hit the button by mistake, like I'm sure we've all hit our hazards by accident once or twice getting out of the car with shit. And this the fucking flamethrower goes off. And also imagine the surprise of the fucking carjacker.
Well, how do you know? Is it on all sides?
It was on like both the passenger and the driver's door side.
Oh,
As
okay.
I
You don't remember
as I
seeing like those
recall.
videos of it? Like, so yeah.
No, I never saw that.
No, so like basically the flames come out from under and it just like envelopes the sides of the car. Like it just kind of shoots out a flame that just sort of like plumes upwards. And like the idea is of course to burn and then scare away and hurt people. But yeah, I think that's great. I want that because imagine you know, let's skip ahead like 10 years. Maybe my daughter is like, "Oh, like let me get something from the car." Well, guess what, dear? You're not allowed to touch the car.
Yeah, that's
You're not
mine.
allowed to go near the car. Now you learned your lesson.
In 16 years, when you teach her how to drive, you're going to have to tell her, don't press this button. Do not press
Don't
this button.
fucking.
Your neighbor's
do
dog
it.
is peeing on your tire. You're like,
Imagine this. Imagine you're driving the exact speed limit in the left passing lane, pissing everybody else off. And then they try and pass you on the right hand side and you set off your flamethrower.
Okay, well that actually I'm kind of like that.
Or what if
Now
you're
that I think
driving on
about
a
it.
highway and you have a raw chicken breast on a stick, and then you open the window and you set it off and you just hold it over the flame for a few seconds?
No more stopping. No more stopping to eat. You don't have. You know what? You can eliminate fast food from your diet entirely. You know.
Gone are the days of putting a steak in a disposable tinfoil pan and putting it on your
Putting
Your
it in your
engine
edging
with
rig.
some canned
Back to a-
mushrooms.
You can
back to
beat
the
off all
kidnapped
day.
CEO. The worst part over this whole thing is him crying, like slightly crying over the story, like kind of whimpering at times, like recalling it. And he said he was scared they were going to unalive us.
Oh, man.
Come on. I'm so fucking sick of it. I'm so sick of seeing unalive.
Dude, I
shit
saw a
like
guy
that.
our age
Ah.
on Twitter saying graped instead of raped.
I'm going to fucking grape you to death. I'm going to grape you to unalive. And your whole family, too.
Fuck.
That sucks. I know, like, he's doing it because he's posting on TikTok, but it just makes it sound so unserious. Like, it just makes you not.
Yeah, also, if you're talking about that, I get why people would say unalive yourself or something like that, because it gets auto-hidden if you say kill yourself, which is something Vlogs found out the other day, which we'll get to later. But if you're just saying, like, someone tried to kill me, like, you're allowed to say that.
Listen, I don't spend enough time on TikTok to care. If they don't want to, if they want to do it on there and not get their shit flagged, whatever. It still annoys me. But I fucking hate when they bring it to any other like platform, or even worse, like real life speech. The worst one.
That's what I mean.
The worst one is hearing adults say out loud, "PDF file."
That one, we talked about how stupid it is.
Pedophile.
Because that already means something.
PDF file.
And people say it all the time.
Oh, all the guys at work, they must be pedos. They're talking about PDF
It's like
files.
it's setting up
bumped into the PDF file at work.
It's setting up a new Pizzagate because people are going to see emails that get leaked and it's going to say PDF file
PDF.
1,000 times and they're going to say, "Oh my fucking god!" Just like when it said cheese pizza, they assumed it meant child porn.
Grape.
Well, it does.
Like those people even care enough to like. Have you seen Jeffrey Epstein's emails that he sent from JEE Vacation? Like he can't spell 2 words right in a row.
We already knew that from the titles of his playlist. Me Like You Now.
Yeah, it's all spelled wrong.
That's true.
Gopsel, Classica.
All those people are
Me likey now is so good.
they're the most dopey boomers, and like they're not going to have a secret code for their email. They would just say,
No,
"I'm
they're
getting
just
some
gonna
child
say,
porn. It's awesome. Isn't it awesome what we do to kids? Hell yeah. Vacation rules."
Oh, great. Now we're demonetized.
Oh. We're going to have to unalive Jeffrey.
I'm so fucking sick of boomers recently, and I'm gonna get on a little bit of a rant here. So I have a baby. She's 5 months old.
Oh, she's not a boomer,
now,
is she?
No, she's not. It's not
thank
about
God,
her.
thank God.
This is about circumstances around her.
This is Tom. We had a baby eats a girl. Remember that?
So I do. So like in the winter, nobody's bothered us out, but like now it's getting colder. We have like a little bit of a chill. I think it's like a high of like 45, and nothing happened today. Sunday, we were out around 11 a.m. We went to Trader Joe's to get some groceries. It was like 58, 60 degrees out. And so she's wearing a warm shirt and pants, no socks. She doesn't like socks. She kicks them off. Guess who has to pick them up off the fucking ground? Me. So, no. Also, we are going from the car, which is warm, to the parking lot, to inside Trader Joe's, which is warm. So it's very short journey. And we're pushing her in the Duna in the stroller because she was kind of sleeping. And it was like, okay, I'm not waking her up and like strapping her onto me. We're just pushing her around, and we're pushing her around, and 2 of these old fucking boomer morons are like, "Oh, you should have socks on her. Doesn't she need socks? Isn't she going to be cold? You should have socks on her." And this keeps happening to us. Everywhere we fucking go, these people are like, "Oh, she's going to be cold. You should make her cold. You should..." Oh, and it's like, you should have socks. People have made comments about us walking from the store to the car about her being too cold. And I'm just like, Are you fucking stupid? Like,
maybe you should get her some socks. We'll stop these interactions.
Not putting her socks. No. And it's like, you guys smoked in your room with kids. Like, don't you talk to me about she's not wearing
your
socks.
Your kids rode in the front seat with no car seat. They just laid there.
Yeah, they post that shit on Facebook all day. Like, "I drank out of the fucking hose and got germs in my mouth. Doesn't that make me superior to you?"
I'm gonna start posting anti-boomer shit to the boomers. Like, you drink out of the hose. I drank with hose.
But it just keeps happening where people are stopping us in stores and be like, "Oh, you should put a hat on her." And it's like, it's 80 degrees in here. She's hot. It's warm. Or also, like, when I normally take her, I wear this little like harness thing and I strap her in and she's on my chest. That acts as a layer. I and that thing am a layer. Because the idea with babies is like, whatever you're feeling outside, one more layer for them. But also when you're in the car seat, you can't have this big bulky jacket on it because they'll be very uncomfortable and or they'll die because they'll suffocate.
Yeah, good luck trying to clip that in. It's already so fucking hard to get around all the winter shit.
Yeah, and like one of the biggest causes of death in babies is like being too hot. The saying is, a cold baby cries, a hot baby dies. And these motherfuckers
that's a great saying. I gotta remember that.
I made it up.
In a depressed baby size.
But like they just keep walking up and just saying this shit, and I'm losing my mind. I almost like. Luckily, they said it to my wife, but because I almost turned around and be like, What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm going to start a confrontation right here, right now. I'm on 3 hours of sleep and you're bothering me.
Doing that thing where you do like the start of the fight, double chest shove, double hand chest shove.
Yeah.
Fuck you, pussy.
Start
Just to
taking
these
off your
old
shirt.
women.
I think babies have barely any surface area. That's the thing. Like, I can tell you from experience, the less surface area you have compared to mass, the warmer you'll stay. It's actually a law that applies to animals in northern climates. That's why they're fatter and rounder.
So if you're tall, does that mean you get more cold?
I think
that's why
so.
people ask you how's the weather up there. It's largely different.
Oh yeah.
It's
But then there's like
a
the
genuine
convection.
question.
Hot air rises though, so
There's like more like if you're like a radiator if you're really tall and skinny.
Tall people think that short people are being sarcastic when they ask that, but they're genuinely curious. They've never been up there.
Yeah, is the air pressure different? I don't know.
It is.
Oh, that's
Air
crazy.
pressure is much different.
How's the weather up there? That's what they say.
But it's just I'm every time I see a boomer look at me, like today I went to the
You should
store
start carrying.
and
Yeah.
I'm carrying a baby.
you should give
But,
her
like,
a gun.
You just every time just some old lady looks at me and like I don't have a hat on my baby because I'm inside of Target and it's like 100 degrees in there and I'm not wearing my jacket over her. And they just sort of give you a look. I'm just like, say something to me. I'm ready to snap.
That's
I'm
so
ready to just go
stupid.
wild on
When
you.
was the last time a baby died from being too cold in the store?
Never.
They're gonna get
1803?
frostbite in North Carolina. I mean, sorry,
Yeah.
Iowa,
Cleveland.
Ohio.
Somewhere in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
one
just
of those
like
spots.
babies don't die because they're too cold and like you're home. They
Yeah,
die because they get too hot
They
or
die
you
'cause
sleep
the
with
cat
them and
lays
you
on
crush
them
them.
and steals their
Yeah.
breath. As
Or the fans.
Yep.
The ceiling fans.
Fan death.
That's a real thing.
Damn, that's
But it's
crazy.
just, that's my rant. It's been bothering me all day.
As someone who's always had little kids around, because I've been a big brother so many times. And
Yeah.
anytime we go to the store, we'd have like 5 kids. I've heard so much like unsolicited advice, but the best is when my mom only has like 1 kid with her, and someone will try to give her advice, and she'd be like, "Yeah, this is my 10th." Like, oh, well, fuck myself.
Also, like, aren't there thousands and thousands of people like pushing babies on a stroller in on the highway, and they're wearing a Monster Energy flat brim and a hoodie, and they're like,
Yes.
it seems like you see that all the time, or just people like unattended babies. Like, if you're looking for babies that are like not being raised correctly, it seems like there are millions of those all around America.
I'm gonna start tracking down the parents of the kid that's standing there looking at video games that has his hands tucked into his shirt because he's cool. He's like, "Where's your mother? She should have put you in a coat before you came in here."
Yeah, you should have
That
a
was
big
me.
coat like A Christmas Story.
Doing the Nick, tucking my arms into my t-shirt while I'm looking at all the games.
I should start
Just
doing
getting
that.
excited thinking about what I can't get.
Asking someone if they're cold, they just have no arms. You're like, "Oh,
Oh, no, I'm so sorry.
sorry."
Yeah, but it's just like, for the most part now, especially becoming a parent, like I see people do something and then I'm just like, you know what? Like, you just lose your goddamn mind when you have even just 1 kid. You're just kind of running around ragged. And like, so when parents are doing something, you're just like, oh, I would never let my kid do that. You're like, well, actually, who gives a fuck? Why would you fucking care?
When-
Because at a certain point, you're just going to, as long as nothing's too dangerous, like, you're just like, okay, whatever.
That's the
Like,
competition.
you can't keep track of your kids. at a
Those
certain
kids are
point.
going to be going up against your kids trying to get into a college someday. So if their parents let them hit their head 100 times, that's actually good.
My parents were far less strict with like the 4th kid on, not even like half, but like the 4th kid. And as I get older, and I've never even had kids, and like I just see my friends parenting and realize how tiring everything is at this age. Like, I'm like, well, I can see why my parents after like 3 years like, whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
exactly.
If you've got enough kids to raise the older kids, you can kind of,
That's how it went too.
they'll keep track of them.
We kept each other from being cringy. None of us were cringy because we'd be like, dude, you're cringe.
But that's, I mean, that's, we
Some
had,
people need
I,
that.
I would hate if I had a Reddit younger sibling.
I have an older sister and a younger brother, and my sister, like, wasn't allowed out past, like, midnight in, like, high school. So she had a curfew. And then
That's
me, I
reasonable.
just kind of did whatever. Yeah, I thought it's totally fine. But then my brother, like, they found weed in his room and just were like, oh, get rid of it and give it back to him. Like, they just stopped caring. It was like, whatever. Like, you know, he's fine. It's not a big deal. It's just weed. My dad was already smoking, so who cared?
Relatable.
But like, my sister would have gotten grounded for sure. But like, she was the first. So you're a lot more stricter on the first because you're just like, all right, we're gonna set this up, and then all of a sudden later on you're like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Let's just.
I was the middle child, so I was the
Same here.
bastard fuck.
Oh yeah, I was a middle child, and I still am just a rude motherfucker.
Yeah,
oldest trailblazer.
I keep asking my parents to give me an older sibling. Can you adopt
Find them.
one?
Your parents need to give you a cousin.
Oh yeah, I need some cousins.
Retcon me one.
I think I have an aunt who's, I think, 50 or 51. So it's
Ooh,
possible I could
prime.
get a cousin out of her.
good to
I'm
call.
not sure if she wants one, but
Call her.
I know Janet Jackson
Yeah.
had a kid at 50. And part of that is that she's very wealthy, so she could get all the fertility stuff, but it is physically possible.
Well, you should offer your aunt to help raise your cousin. Can you just give me the cousin?
Yeah,
I'll help
the cousin
you raise
can be my son.
My cousin's son.
My cousin's son.
I've always wanted a cousin
son?
and a son. My cousin.
My cousin?
Micah-san.
Oh,
Micah-san. Is my cousin Micah-san?
He's a weeb.
His name is Mike Hassan,
Oh
all
wow.
right, awesome.
and he's Muslim.
Kiki just ripped out my earbuds. God damn it! This fucking cat. This
Damn.
fucking cat.
I thought Tom was lolling, so already threw his earbuds out.
Well, that too.
He's having a
It
lark.
definitely wasn't like a 15-pound cat just ripping them out of my ear, so it hurt really bad.
That's a big cat.
She is a big cat. She's a real fucking big cat. We didn't think she was gonna be so big.
Wait. A big chungus.
Ooh,
Nice.
dude, you should meme that.
Inventor of Big Chungus.
Meme that shit.
What if they call it memes because you remember it and it's in there?
Oh.
What about that?
Mimiries.
I think that's actually true. Now that I think about it, Richard Dawkins coined that, and I think
Yeah.
mem is probably the root word.
I think it is from that.
Wow. Well, guess what? I just
We learned
came up
something
with,
today.
guys?
Nice.
Guess
Hey,
what I
speaking of
just-
learning something today,
What's up?
before we get to the vlogs news, because I know we got a lot of that.
Ooh, I'm excited.
We need to bring it up because it just happened. Billy Mitchell has had his records reinstated. However, it's not in the way that like it sounds. He's still pretty much lost. He's not on the official boards. They just like put his records back on the Wayback Machine.
It's like a separate historical section, but also no one cares about that website.
No, everyone thinks
No.
Twin Galaxies are losers now, especially because of that shit.
Yeah, they're a joke.
And Carl Jobst is taking him to trial for the countersuing like any time now, which is really funny because then he's going to lose whatever money he does have.
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean,
he'll
Like this
probably
lawsuit
lose.
turned out better just because they settled. It turned out better for him than people were expecting. The fact that he got anything.
I have a feeling Carl's going to take this as far as he can go. And he has the support behind it with his community to do so.
Yeah, he
No,
should.
if you've got money.
He had like 80,000 views on today, right when that news released, he released his new Billy video like right at the same time. And in 20 minutes, he had 80,000 views. Insane.
Just as long as you have money, then you can you have a lawsuit.
Yeah, I think it's like an
basically.
ongoing crowdfund for it. And
Yeah.
it just stays up. So
And you think there's a lot of if you do that, there's a lot of people that just do not like Billy Mitchell. So they're
yeah,
gonna,
like
it's
literally
weird.
people are
Help
throwing
you.
it. They're like, well, at least my money's going to something good. Taking down Billy Mitchell. He's such a fucking loser though. Let it go, you old bastard. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's not even a real record. Like no one cares about Twin Galaxies. No one cares about Pac-Man. No one looks at the Twin Galaxies website. It doesn't matter.
I didn't even. I always forget about what that site even is because no one talks about it outside of the Billy Mitchell shit.
Mhm.
And I don't remember the last time
I
they
think
did.
you're being a hater.
Speedrun.net, that's where people go.
Agreed,
But it's
because
just
they have
like-
GeoGuessr.
I just like who cares, man? One, they should just be like, yeah, they should just make a website just for Billy Mitchell and be like, oh, Billy Mitchell, you have all the records. It's BillyMitchell.com.
Yep.
Here you go. Like you're the number one gamer in the world. All right, go away.
I hate how he called himself Gamer of the Century too. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Why don't you play
Well, he was awarded
a
that.
different game?
The
It's like
20th
Harry
century
Potter
had
thing.
like no good games. Like that's bullshit. Look at what the competition is.
Folks, it's
Bro,
like the PS5.
He could have played something else, anything else.
Like who's another good gamer of the 20th century?
I mean, there was no way to really
I
like
can't even think of one. Like Fatality, that would have been the 2000s.
the only like what games could you like where there's a score in like the 20th
I'm
century.
sure there's a bunch
right?
of really good like
Like-
chess guys.
well, Tetris
Yeah.
just got beat.
I
Finally.
guess there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best Tetris players in the 21st
There's-
century.
Yeah.
There's Tetris. The arcades were from like the 70s, 80s, but then like fighting games. But then how do you quantify fighting games versus like
fighting game tournaments were really the only type of thing you could do.
Yeah, that was it.
Quake.
Being good at pinball is way cooler than being good at Donkey Kong to me.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Pinball's awesome. I love pinball. Donkey Kong, boring game.
It's crazy when the best Tetris players from the 21st century and the best basketball players Chinese and the best rappers white and the best golf players black.
Yeah. And the most powerful men in America are named Bush, Dick, and Pussy.
And the best president is orange.
And the best
Yao
president is
Ming
orange.
wasn't drafted until after the 20th century, so
Most powerful men in the world are named Bush, Dick, and Cunt. Fucking that part up every time with a different cuss.
And the tallest guy is Chinese.
Really matter of fact. Fuck, it's so good.
And your
But,
CEO
yeah,
has green hair.
oh well, that's a current day thing. That's the only time you could see that nowadays.
He's the Gerblin.
The Gerblin CEO.
There you go, 2 Gerblin episodes in a
After
row.
we talked about Gerblin, like I haven't stopped seeing Gerblin on my timeline. It's just like I had
It's so
Gerblin
weird.
blindness and never saw it before. And then like that day before the episode was out, I saw him like fucking 5 or 6 times on my timeline.
Yeah, like that's what I
That's
mean.
so
Like when you
weird.
said you
Awesome.
never saw them, I was very confused. 'cause,
Yeah,
like,
it's so
the
fucked.
Gerblin was like everybody loves posting the Gerblin, being like, "WTF is this kind of crap?" It's like, who fucking cares? It's TikTok.
Well, then one of these be a park ranger, folks.
Seeing a TikTok where someone
Yeah.
says heckin' pupper and being like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I'm gonna unalive.
Dude, Skrillex said heckin' in the same way people say heckin' pupper back in 2010 in a tweet. I heckin' love you forever or something. It
I
was
heckin'
awesome.
wish I could say the N-word in a respectful way, of course.
Respectfully, of course. That was the best tweet.
That's his best tweet. That was so good.
Skrillex's respectful N-word tweet. I wish we could say the N-word sometimes. Respectfully, of course.
I mean, for
At least he said
2010,
At least he said sometimes.
some people were just straight up saying
Bro,
it. so.
he had to say that.
A
He was
lot
already-
of people were.
He was
straight
already
up-
hanging out. He was already hanging out with ASAP, like ASAP Rock. Like he had to say
Yeah.
respectfully, of course. That's why he wanted to say it. He was hanging around with Rocky and Yams all day.
just being like, "Can I?"
Shit, was Yams even allowed to say it? Come on. Well, he had a port.
think-
He had a port wine birthmark, so I think that lets him say it too.
But I
You can
mean,
say the
like, to
first
Alex's
letter.
point, a lot of people were tweeting it out because at least he said the N word, like not the actual word. Because you can go
Yeah.
on a lot of pages and find those.
Yeah, every baseball player.
Out of all his tweets, he deleted that one like years ago now. Like
Well,
it
that's
doesn't even
good.
exist. Well, I think he should have left that one because I think it was a great sentiment for 2010.
Yeah, Kyle Kalinske left his up.
Yeah, I do. I respect him
That
for
takes
that.
balls.
I mean,
But I just-
people would just post a screenshot of it if he deleted it anyway.
Yeah, they would.
And he was hanging out with ASAP Rocky at the time, so.
Yeah, he was hanging out with Yams and Rocky all day. Like, what was he supposed to do? Just it was that time everyone was hanging out with ASAP. They're everywhere. I'd hang out with Ferg. I hate that guy. Oh,
So what is this? What's this Phase Vlogs news?
I think I'm trying to remember all the stuff that happens with him. I think the most recent thing was we all know he quit Twitch and he quit YouTube and he posted a big thing like fuck all of y'all and I'm going on Twitter and he thinks he's going to get a big paycheck from Twitter Blue from posting
He
wrestling news and shit. And it was the game between the Rams and the Eagles or the Buccaneers and the Eagles. I think he was talking
Bucks
shit
and
on
Eagles,
Facebook
yeah.
to his sister, his biological sister who lives near him apparently. And she's an Eagles fan. He was talking a bunch of shit and she called him a douchebag because he was getting too much into it. And then he posted it on Twitter and was posting it like, look at my fucking idiot family. And then his twin brother got on and said, let me pull it up.
His twin brother has such a funny name as well. It sounds like a made up character name. I don't know
Yeah.
if we want to dox it, but
His brother's woke.
Yeah, I went to his brother's page, and his brother was just like, he was retweeting Brooklyn Dad Defiant and like just things that said like fuck Trump and stuff.
Yeah, he hates Trump. He's woke. But he said talking shit and blasting your chat with your family is crazy. Grow up and keep it between y'all. Want to talk so much shit about our family? You're literally my twin brother. You're fucking crazy. You want to make it big, you say? But let's how big you get after this. Dude, remember when the BLM protests were going on in 2020 and saying you gonna run him over?
Ooh.
Ooh.
And like no one follows this guy, so it's like not like he's gonna get canceled. And it's not like
Yeah.
vlogs could be canceled anyway.
Well, we're canceling him right now.
Like he's a wrestling fan. Every WWE fan probably said some shit like that.
Real quick, Tom. I learned from vlogs looking at his timeline earlier that college football is back. A video game is coming this fall. EA Sports. Let's go,
He's
baby.
so excited. He won't stop talking
They did it
about
for him.
That's why he's. I think that's why he's been playing like 2K14 because he like is Jones and to play as Nebraska. Put phase vlogs as
Oh, they
QB
announced the
at
date
Nebraska.
today, July 12th. Nice.
July 12th. Wow, let's go. It won't hit the same, and I won't get it.
It's pretty cool though. The context, because Alex and Aaron probably don't know, is they haven't made a college football game since 2014.
Yeah, I looked it up because of vlogs. I was wondering why it was a 10-year-old game.
2K14 was the last one. Who was it? Denard Robinson on the cover of that one?
Was there a reason why that happened? Was there a downturn in sales?
No. So the reason was that their likenesses were being used, the players, and this is before like they were getting paid with the NIL, and so they actually got sued. Like the NCAA, I think, got sued for it, and so what they did was they just canceled the games entirely instead of like paying any of the players because they would make each player look like the last one had Johnny Manziel in it, and like you go to Texas A&M, number 2 quarterback looks like Johnny Manziel, and yet he got in trouble for like selling autographs or getting paid for autographs or whatever. So like, but they're selling his likeness. Same as when you went to like the Texas A&M website and you search Johnny Manziel, Mike Evans, and the number 2, number 13 jerseys pop up.
And it's
like,
such a joke anyway. Like all these college athletes are living like lavish lives. Like Nick Saban, who retired this week, when he called his mandatory meeting, there's a video of the players rolling into the parking lot and they're all driving fucking Hellcats and Trackhawks. It's like, okay.
Yeah, they just find a way to get graft.
But now, like, they get paid legally. So, like, you don't have to go under the table and just, like, hand off, like, a bag of cash that gets found out. But, like, they're also getting paid way more now. Oh, yeah, that's the NIL. So they have these deals, and they sign, like, sponsorship deals with, like, either local companies, big companies, or whatever. That's why you see a lot of college players now in TV.
Yeah, name, image, and likeness.
But they don't get a salary.
No, there's no salary. But, like, so there's if you're on campus for a long time, you can actually get a lot of money. At UNC, there's a basketball player, Armando Bacot, and it seems like he's been there like 7 years. Really broke out in the national championship and Elite Four or Final Four, like
the Elite Four.
Elite Four.
He beat Koga.
Weird they named it that. But like now he returned to campus last year and then same this year, and he's probably getting like $5 million worth of like endorsement deals. So he's just a millionaire in college, just balling out. And like for a lot of guys, especially like there's a reason to stay in college now, or you go to it, you just transfer anywhere you want now because you can just go get paid. And also like, so instead of being like a 5th round pick in the NFL and hoping to get paid that way, which like NFL contracts aren't guaranteed other than the money you sign, especially as a rookie deal, not going first in the first round, you could get paid like $1 million to go to USC, or you could get drafted in the 5th round and get paid like $300,000, and you have to pay your agent and manager or whatever. So there's a lot more incentive to just like stay in college and just get paid if you're like a lower rung guy.
It's like being a grad student.
Yeah,
it's like being a teaching assistant.
Yeah, you get paid a lot of money.
Yeah, it's really good.
Some quick Googling, because I know in college hockey, a big like point of contention is if you've played in like the major junior, like the Canadian Hockey League, like the big junior leagues here, they do pay their players like basically minimum wage for being on the team. So they don't have to like work at McDonald's. They can play hockey, but that means they're not eligible for college hockey in the States. So if you're a Canadian player that wants to go to college in the US, you have to play in like lesser junior leagues. So you'll occasionally have guys that absolutely light it up in like the BCHL or AJHL, just because their plan is to go to college. I think more of them now are like moving to the States to be in like their developmental system because it makes more sense. But it looks like college hockey isn't big enough to have any real NIL money as of a Reddit thread from last year.
Well, because it's obviously it's like football and basketball are the two biggest like college sports, and football is the reason. Like football is the reason. Like next year, University of Central California, University of Central Los Angeles, Oregon and Washington are joining the Big Ten. And the Big Ten is like Ohio State, Michigan, Rutgers, Maryland.
This is the last year. What's it called?
Ones.
The Pac-12?
The Pac. Well, it's technically not the last year because Washington State and Oregon State are still there, but like they're keeping it alive. But there's only 2 teams. And then in the ACC, which is the Atlantic Coast Conference. Atlantic Coast Conference. Everybody in the Atlantic Coast now has Stanford, University of California, Berkeley, and then SMU joining.
So like, Texas and California schools.
Yeah. So in the Atlantic Coast Conference. So
it's like when the Wings were in the Western Conference.
Yeah. Blue Jackets too. Even worse. But like it's just because all this money goes into the football, and so they're just filthy rich, and so now it's just they're trying to get into bigger conferences to get better paydays, and that's why other teams are trying to move to like the SEC or whatnot, because they just get a shit ton of money and decent money in basketball, but then like less so in everything else. But then they sort of have to do this balance where like, okay, so these teams are going to be in the Big Ten, like, but then maybe these teams are going to be in the Pac-12, because sure, you can fly from California to Columbus on a Saturday, like Friday, for a game on Saturday, and then go home Sunday. But like basketball happens on a Tuesday, right? Like field hockey happens on a Wednesday, and there's no budget for that. So what do? And like you have class, you ostensibly still are trying to portray them as like student athletes, but now you're just like giving that up entirely. Be like, well, they don't have to have fucking class on Wednesday when they're flying to Ohio and they're on like an Eastern tour away. Like, well, I guess they're just not going to class anymore.
That can't be the most efficient way to do it.
No, it's not, but it is what they do.
They can't do West Coast and East Coast.
Well, that's what they had, and then the Pac-12 dissolved because those teams wanted to go to bigger conferences and get more money, and nobody really cares so much about the Pac-12 because a lot of those games also happen at like midnight Eastern, so people don't watch those.
They go late as fuck too, right?
Yeah, they do.
Like they're way longer than NFL games.
No.
I heard that on the radio.
No. College football is shorter. Like every college sport is shorter, but it's just. It could go longer because they have unlimited overtime, so you could go like 6-7 overtimes. But you'll have just late starts. Like 9 o'clock start in Fresno is, again, midnight here. So nobody's staying up to watch that. The only people that stay up to watch that are me in high school because it's Saturday.
Bedtime?
Me in high school because it's Saturday and I'm going to stay up as late as I can. But I'm like, I don't have any other video game to play. So I'm like, well, let's watch Fresno State play football. Nobody on the East Coast. So they deal with that sort of like, they complain about a bias against them because, but like that's the original idea of conferences was everybody in the West, everybody in the South, everybody in the lower Southeast, everybody like in the Midwest and upper North. But then they just sort of slowly broke away because other teams wanted like more money.
Because the players got too greedy is what you're saying.
Yes. It was the college students.
And disrespectful. And the referees got short shrift yet again.
I think if the college players didn't sag their pants, they should get paid.
Ooh, that's a good point.
If they don't
the
show
big thing
respect.
now is the ACC might break up because Florida State, UNC, Clemson, and there's a couple other schools. The way the money is split up is like it's even, but then those schools bring in more money through football and basketball, so they want a bigger split. But everybody's just arguing over money. All of it is just money. It's greed. It's these schools bringing in like hundreds of millions of dollars through college sports and then just being like, well, what do we do?
You want to hear a really petty college football thing? There's a university near me. A lot of my friends went to it called Oakland University, and they've had a pretty good basketball program. They've been in their Horizon March League. Madness and shit. Yeah. And there's no football team at that school, despite them definitely having money for it and everything. And that's because one of the largest benefactors back in like the 50s or 60s had a son that had like polio or something and made the school promise to never have a football team because he couldn't be on it. And they haven't had one since. Isn't that fucking crazy?
That's what FDR should have done for the whole country. He should have said, everyone's sitting down.
I think they have like a club football team, but not even like a real one.
That's weird.
I know it hasn't changed because I don't have a football team yet, but they might have different reasons for not having one now. But that was it for a long time. It must still be.
You know, a weird thing in Canada is you have to have the same. Yeah, yo,
loonies and toonies.
Everyone lives close to the border. No, there's in college sports you need to have the same amount of women's teams and men's teams in a particular sport, and so
yeah, we have that too. Title IX.
So a ton of universities, like really all of them in the West, outside of like the two big schools in Vancouver, don't have men's collegiate rugby. They only have collegiate women's rugby because of the men's football team. So they like fucking cancel each other out. And so there are like men's teams, but they're clubs. And so all the other varsity athletes look down on the rugby guys. It's like, you're a pretend varsity athlete. You don't play volleyball like me.
They do the club stuff here too. That's cool for a lot of those sports.
The way they're able to get around it in Vancouver is they have field hockey. So there's a women's field hockey team, but not a men's team.
Yeah, is there men's field hockey? I
yes, I worked with a guy that was like national level field hockey athlete, and
I've never seen a school, and I haven't looked that hard, but like
you've never seen a school.
Schools. Well, I close my eyes every day for 12 years. But I like the rich private schools near me, like they all had like women's field hockey, but none of them had like men's field hockey.
Is it because it's a gay sport?
Yes.
It's considered gay? It's like softball or volleyball? I thought volleyball was cool.
Volleyball
I like
cool.
volleyball. I wouldn't play it professionally.
There's CDG too, college disc golf. You just got to register your school for it, but there's like every school's already registered. That's pretty sweet. They have like national events and shit.
I like that you said you wouldn't play it professionally.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't play it.
There's an option.
Yeah,
same reason I almost got drafted for pro volleyball, dude.
The same reason I'm not
Italy.
I could hit that
in the NFL. I don't want that CTE shit.
Yeah, nah, man. I would never play pro
Life
football.
would be a
I
lot
fucking never would, dude. I would get my head
hit. Life would be
hit.
a lot easier if I played several years and made millions of dollars. Life would be significantly easier, but like,
not
for me.
I would never win the lottery either. Because you end up having to pay so much in taxes that you end up making negative money.
I was telling my girlfriend the other day, I think I'm gonna start playing the like one of the lotteries, like Mega Millions or Powerball, whenever, like just weekly. And every time I do it, I'm gonna tweet the day of the drawing and say I'm going to win the Powerball today. Then what if I do? The tweet would go so viral.
You gotta delete them all.
I don't care.
Your account.
No, I don't care about the millions. I just want to have the viral tweet.
Yeah, there should be a lottery with retweets.
What you should do
Elon should do that, where like everyone spends $2 and then whoever wins, they get 1 million retweets.
Fuck.
You should tweet out like once a week. Oh, I won! I'm gonna win the lottery today. I'm gonna win the lottery today. And then, like in a year and a half, you buy one of those fake lottery tickets that says you win $1 million, and then take a picture of that. And be like, I won! Fuck everyone!
Yeah,
fuck you!
Fuck all of you! Fuck everyone who ever supported me and loved me! Fuck my family!
You don't do shit in my life. That's what.
And then after the
his
first
vlog
couple
said.
people like call you out, you just deactivate your account and then come back 6 hours later and be like, "What's up, everybody?
Hey, everybody,
I'm back."
Sorry for frigging out.
Yeah, I ended up donating the lottery to charity.
FaZe Vlogs' goodbye rant on YouTube. That's a part of it. He said,
Oh,
"You
yeah, I
don't
should
do
read
shit
that.
in my life." Talking about his fans.
Do we have
I've been
like?
saying that to myself all day. You don't do shit in my life.
I didn't watch that whole thing. I heard bits and
Pizza
pieces.
saved it.
Oh, okay, because I need to
Pizza
watch
saved
that.
it. Yeah,
I need to watch that on Thursday.
Hold on,
so
I
I
can-
can just
I can DM it to you now.
thank you. Because I love it. I love everything about him. Like, I just can't get enough of reading his Twitter page. And his Twitter page is just him adding different weird wrestling fans, all with blue checks, where they just like drive their numbers to get like three replies on this post. No,
There you go.
Yeah,
I love how he saved the title too.
I'm sick of y'all. Pipe bomb.
He's just tweeting gifts at people all day.
But I just can't get enough of it. I sit there.
He's so funny.
Shout out to everybody from our community that saves every video like this that comes up.
I know, I appreciate it.
So awesome.
I just sit there like late at night. I can't sleep. The baby's crying, and I'm just like looking at my phone, or like the baby just got put to sleep, and it's been like 45 minutes because she was up, and like I fed her a bottle. She's still crying. Finally goes to sleep, but I'm just jacked and I'm wired and I'm tired, but I can't go to sleep. And I'm just scrolling through his page, just looking at the pizza with ranch. I'm looking at him wearing a belt and like a double XL Nuggets jersey. He just makes me smile. I love him.
I can't even. I got so annoyed the other day when someone was telling him to do something. And he goes, "Can't, man. I'm still on the clock."
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually talks about it like he's working, and it's on zero irony. It's crazy. Like he fully bought into the Twitter Blue thing, and he has like 800 followers.
I'm on the clock.
It's literally his job. He cannot stop.
And dude,
tweeting
even the dumbass wrestling Twitter people that are like as dumb as him can see he's a fucking moron. They keep replying stuff like trying to get followers by posting female wrestlers nudes. That's kind of weird, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he doesn't know anything about WWE. There was a thing earlier where a guy poured whiskey on CM Punk, and it's clearly fake. It's water. It's brown water.
Yeah.
And he thought it was real, and he was like, "That's so fucked up because CM Punk is straight edge." And it's
he's
like,
freaking out.
He thought it was like, you can't even tell that that's fake, and you're supposed to be a WWE commentator.
That makes me wonder if he knows it's fake. Like, does he know?
I don't think he knows.
I think he knows the hits are fake.
One of my favorite things when anyone receives criticism is when like a stupid person, they say you're judging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're making constant judgments all the time and you're being a hater. But he posted his Twitter stats. In the last 7 days, he has 393,000 impressions, which is up 35%.
No.
He has 1,500 profile visits, which like half of them have to be from like Tom. Man.
Yeah.
I'm honest
Because I'm not following him.
Well,
There's
me
no way.
too. Yeah, I'm not following him because he posts.
146 new followers. That's not bad.
It would be his entire feed. It would be
He's got
my entire feed.
Just under 5K likes. 25,000 media views. It must be from like the Stephanie McMahon nip slip that he found.
Oh yeah.
Well, also he's only like tweeting GIFs and like pictures.
Yeah.
So I bet, and like people are just like scrolling through his media, and it's just constantly. So any tweet he makes.
Yeah, I don't
media
trust
attached.
Twitter metrics.
He tweets 500 times a day, and most of it's replies. So
Can I see mine? Where do you see your profile? Is that just a Twitter Blue thing?
I think it's a Twitter Blue thing.
Oh, damn. I want to see my fucking stats.
You used to be able to see stats. I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
Like,
it wasn't that helpful though.
Yeah, so what are you doing? Selling ads? Or
Unless
whatever?
unless you're running a company, it doesn't matter.
I'm shadow banned. All right, nothing's helpful for me.
I think he might be too.
He said that someone should go kill themselves, right?
It was on YouTube. Someone
okay.
replied to him because he took a screenshot of it.
Oh, it's impossible to find anything in his media. His media tab's worse than just scrolling through his timeline because he says so many fucking like GIF replies to people. Like I was trying to find the pizza and ranch photo the other day. Actually, no, I found the pizza and ranch. I was trying to find his taco that he made, like the shitty looking soft taco.
Yeah, his mom
and
made.
it was like 2 or 3 days ago, and I spent probably 10 minutes scrolling and didn't get to 3 days ago. It was
He
wild.
posts like a bot.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, I had
found
to
it.
ask Discord so I could send it to Ben.
So the thing that he posted on YouTube was, well, I'm deleting my channel. This platform legit has nothing but hate. Like for the past few months, all I've been getting has been negative, horrible comments. And you guys ask why I hate a major majority of you. And that's not really true. Like,
No.
he got like 3 comments in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Y'all are disgusting people. I'm trying to make my dreams a reality, and you guys coming into my video saying, oh, you're a virgin, your parents don't want you there, get a job, GF, etc. How you go fuck yourselves and rot in my piss, you fuckholes. You don't shit in my life and how things are. You don't shit in my life.
You don't shit in
You
my
don't
life.
shit in my life.
You don't shit in my life.
You don't shit in my life and tell me it's good to eat or however that goes. Go do something else besides trash talk because you're probably too scared to say it to my face. So how about you get your hands off your little shrimp and fuck off forever. Kiss my ass goodbye, YouTube. And some guy replied, what exactly is your dream? That somebody is going to pay you for the low effort content you make? Never gonna happen. Doesn't matter what platform you move to. Look at some successful content creators and then look at your stuff. Be honest for once. And he just says, kill yourself in all caps. And I was looking at the replies on YouTube and you don't see that. So it gets auto hidden. So like no one can actually see that. So then he had to make a new reply that was like, I'm more than you, so LOL, so IDKY, you still hear you, lowlife scum. So that guy didn't actually see the kill yourself thing, so he had to take a screenshot and post it on Twitter to show everyone how cool his comeback was.
Well, that guy might have seen it because it might have popped up in like a notification
That's
for
true.
him. Because I know in our page, sometimes people will leave like a YouTube comment of just like us watching Vince and be like, yeah, you're making fun of this guy, you fucking motherfuckers, I'm gonna kill all of you. And then it just like doesn't pop up. And then you click that guy's page and it's just
like
the
another
saddest
sex doll
man
guy.
alive. Yeah.
It's like another guy who's like a mass shooting
You're like,
risk.
oh, okay, I totally understand that, you just have more stuff to write in your manifesto.
Like, yeah,
Don't worry
you
about it.
You don't get why that's bad.
Speaking of
You
sex
don't
doll
get why
guys,
anyone would find Vince distasteful.
Tom, that Temu shit's fucking me up, man. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, the pictures people post on Temu is absolutely insane, and I think that was one of the first things I talked about when I came back on the pod, was just sitting on the couch scrolling through Temu while my daughter slept on my chest because I couldn't have anything on because I was worried about waking her up, and you just look at anything and then you search the reviews and then you can scroll through pictures, and it's actually great. Temu works well because as soon as you find a review with a picture, you can click it and then scroll through and it'll just jump straight to the next review with a picture. And one of the things that I found was on for a one-piece long leg sex doll male masturbation
One Piece.
toy.
Yeah.
Well, it's just one piece, not actually one
Oh,
piece.
okay. It's
sadly.
not Luffy.
And this guy was, I guess, expecting an entire woman's bottom torso. And the picture is him completely nude, laying down, and the small doll like that doesn't go like past his knees, covering his crotch. And he gave it 1 star on January 10th, 2024. Descriptions and pictures looked like it was an adult-sized leg doll, but the actual doll looks like jailbait / 2-year-old girl. Makes me look like I'm a pedophile who dresses and then I didn't read the rest.
Did you exit this?
I did.
Man.
I find it.
And then there's another one where a guy got it and it's the size of his hand and he has his hand over, but he gave that one 4 stars. He said smaller than what I thought it would be.
You only need the
But-
hole.
But he only paid $10 for that one. Because the other day, when I go
see.
through this
Oh my
Temu
God.
stuff, yeah, it's pretty brutal, isn't it? When I go through this Temu stuff, I wish you could like follow people on there and just
Yeah, see all their
order
reviews.
history. Yeah, like I want to work for Temu. I want to be the guy that just follows everybody around, like just seeing what are you gonna do? And there's a few people that already do that themselves. One of the guys I found gave a 5-star review to the same one-piece sex doll male masturbation toy. Said, thanks so much, Temu. I get my items, but I thought that the doll is a big one, but it's small. But all in all, I appreciate. So he bought the sex doll. He bought a Elgato through Temu. He bought a professional mic through Temu and
Streamer,
CBD
nice.
oil. He bought CBD oil off of Temu.
For lube.
So you want to have a chill stream?
And then like they have the real dolls, but like the baby dolls, they have the alien ones on there, and everybody just gives them 5 stars, and they're just super creepy. The masks are really great because they are the worst quality masks you can find, and everyone gives them like 5 stars, and just like nobody could tell. I fooled everyone. Like, all right, man.
I love when someone just posts a selfie as a review. Like they're reviewing like a thing that covers your windshield, and it's just a picture of them in the car from the front-facing camera.
The best ones, actually, even beyond the sex dolls, the best ones are the fake baseball jerseys, where it's like the Milwaukee Beers or the Mermen. And every time it's a wife or like a girlfriend or somebody taking picture of this like portly guy wearing the jersey, and he's never wearing any pants. He's never wearing any pants. It's just boxers. And like he's got a shirt on, the jersey, and then just boxers. There's just every photo of a baseball jersey on Temu is just a guy not wearing pants showing off the jersey.
He gets
He's
his
like,
jersey.
it fits great.
He gets his jersey from the mail and goes inside and immediately takes his pants off.
I gotta take
a picture.
Babe, please take a picture for me. I need to post it on Temu.
Babe, am I giving Mariah Carey, babe? Look at me.
I'm Donald Ducking. Do people not know that's public? Because I know it pressures
no,
you
of
into
course
leaving
not.
reviews. It gives you points or something.
Yeah.
So they probably think the only people that are going to see it are the people working there.
That's
I
right,
guess
Tom works
I don't
there.
know. Yeah, one day. I don't know. Like I think it is like people don't think their own Twitter accounts are public. They don't think their like Facebook accounts are public, and how easy it is to just find all that information. It's why you have guys like Robert Johnson tweeting like his credit card number to Reba, and then being like, "I fucking hate immigrants," and then posting like his little bit of cum dribbling out of his cock. And,
This is for
his
you, Reba.
full name, yeah, like just like his full government name,
You
and
can
like
just still
his
find
address
old
in the
ladies
bio.
posting their fucking IDs with their picture, like
Yeah.
pulling it up. Like
I,
they think their media
this is a
tab is
real
private.
me. This is real
So-
me. I
so
can confirm
funny.
it because it doesn't show up like if they do it as a reply. It won't like Michael
Yeah.
says. It won't show up under the tweet, and so they're like, "Oh, those are private."
Yeah, that
Oh,
really
DM.
fucked those people when they hid replies on the main page. It was good for guys like Home Halfway who would go through and manually
He
delete
still would
replies.
just delete his replies. He's such a loser.
Yeah, you would do it anyway.
Let's fucking kill that guy.
But it's really bad
Playing.
for the old people who post like little pictures of their little dripping penis or their ID or their credit card and all that stuff. And
I hate when they post their dripping penis or their penis that looks like an onion.
yeah, it's
That's-
always so wet.
pulled
The
out of the
onion
dirt.
penis is great. Though that's like why I started going through Temu partially too, because you don't want to look at a lot of those accounts when you have like this beautiful sleeping baby near you, even. You're just
Yeah.
like, you know what?
Also,
I can't be doing that
People
anymore.
pointed out
as
recently.
much.
People pointed out recently, and it's probably because they saw the same ads that we all saw during football. There's the Temu ad, and they pronounced it Temu. And I said, yeah, I'm not saying that. I don't respect
No.
that site enough. I don't care.
No,
It's Temu.
the Temu
Scotty
ad
says it
also
right,
like
not me.
I guess it also might be like really bad spyware on your phone.
Yeah, they're tracking.
What is China going to do with my information? Who gives
They're
a shit?
tracking-
I know, but it's just very funny.
They're tracking my data. And
Listen, I'm not going to delete it. I'm still going to go on it and look and post all the funny pictures I see.
They're all the way over in
But, yeah.
Beijing. What are they going to do to me?
And what am I afraid of? I mean, I don't give it any history, and I don't actually order anything
they're
off
gonna
of
see
there,
me only
so-
walking 1,000 steps a day and come make me jog.
You
So
never
fuck
ordered
that.
stuff on Temu?
No, God, no.
You gotta get the Temu
DHgate is
basketball.
fine.
They,
I wa-
it's like
I want-
they pack it into a round ball and then they wrap it in
Mhm.
orange foam.
Yeah,
It looks like a basketball.
I mean, that's why I won't buy anything on that, because one, like, yeah, you get that and it's funny, but it also takes like 4 weeks to arrive.
Gotta come
and
on a
then-
ship.
I just there's there's
What,
nothing
you can't
on
wait?
Temu
You're
that I look
impatient?
at.
Well, if you never ordered, it's going to take never to arrive.
You guys ever have your mom order stuff from that catalog, O Word Trading Company? It's Oriental.
No.
I don't
say
think I
the
ever
word.
had
I don't
that.
say Oriental, but it was the magazine where you could. It was basically party favors. I'm sure it was used a lot for like summer
Party
camps and shit would use it
favors?
but like stuff you would give like put in a grab bag, like
Novelty items?
yeah, novelty items like the
What is
chomping
pa-
teeth type
What does
thing.
party favors mean in slang? Is it like when you give drugs to someone when they have sex with you?
Something like that.
I don't know.
Probably.
Probably
That
Sure.
sounds like
Molly or
that sounds like
something.
some fucking. That sounds like some early '80s slang.
Yeah, I've never heard it as slang. It's just like a little kazoo and like a silly straw.
Mm.
A bag of shit you get.
Yeah, you
It's
give
a
it to
swag
kids.
bag at the birthday party.
A narcotic, particularly an amphetamine, to be shared at a gathering.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
That's nice.
The chomping teeth. Yep.
They sold everything though that was sick. They sold slingshots. They sold those sticky hands. But you can
My,
also
one
get
of my like great aunt worked for one of those magazines that had a lot of where they had like a working lightsaber, but then they also had like the t-shirts.
yeah, those are the
like
back of the boy's life.
Yeah, like well, it's like they had like the dirty t-shirts, like the funny t-shirts, and I remember I wanted one. It was something about like joining the army. Oh, it was like what's the? It's like join the army, like go places, see things, and kill people. And then
Hell
my mom
yeah.
was like, "You're not allowed to have that."
Speaking of that,
Woke.
I've been on my Getty Images kick again because it's just such a great site to find rare pics. And I found that Eminem. He went to 2 different red carpet releases wearing his kinky "Be All You Can Be" army parody shirt. It's so fucking funny. That's 2001.
Was that
I
pre
have a
9/11?
question-
Got him out.
I have a
it
question,
was
like for
pre-9/11.
you being a parent or whatever, or
Yeah,
whatever. Would you let your daughter, when she's older, get one of those little sticky hands?
Sure, why not? What do I care?
It's gonna get all fucking dirty and be nasty around the house.
Hey, throw
Well,
it
you
out.
just throw them out.
So,
yeah.
throw it out. Yeah,
Yeah,
throw
it's
it
just
out.
gonna
And they go,
scream
"Where's-"
at you. You throw out my sticky hand.
When I had those, I thought they were gross
I thought it was so cool.
because they do get covered in grime, and it's like I don't want to touch this.
Imagine getting into a fight with FaZe Vlogs. You get smacked by this hand that doesn't even stick 'cause it's covered in dirt, hair.
He sprays you with silly string like it's mace.
It's like his pocket sand.
I was fucking around with one of those hands when I was a kid, and we like hit the ceiling, and a piece of it got stuck on the ceiling. It was like the speckled, like, you know, sharp pointy
Popcorn
ceiling stuff. Yeah. It never came down again. That little piece of slime.
Fuck those
Damn.
knuckle
Did
busters.
not get it.
The house I grew up in was like 170 years old when we lived in it, and that was like 20 years ago. And we had those knuckle buster ceilings like that, and they were so low.
Mine,
Like
yeah,
when
the
you're
low
putting your
ones
shirt
suck.
on and go thunk.
I still
was
have
the-
those.
Or when you had
My-
a
Still
balloon.
do that.
My downtown apartment had that, and because we lived in a garden level, it was so low. And like in the living room, sometimes I would like get up after a stream, and it's like 1 o'clock, and like I'd like stretch and just like hit my knuckle. Fucking goddamn it!
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love taking off my shirt and then punching that ceiling and
Yeah.
getting my knuckles bloody.
Yeah.
right before
I have
bed.
it here.
I like to
have
walk
it
under
here,
my
but it's
fan
so
when it's on
high.
in the summer and stretch. I yawn and go, oh, and then it goes,
Oh, oh.
oh,
It's exfoliating.
oh, fucking cranking my fingers in that fan.
Ugh.
Check out popcorn ceilings, everybody. Scrape your knuckles against them.
Yep.
Get on
Check
the
out-
ladder if you
check
have
out
to.
sticky hands in the lobby of your grocery store.
That's right. What happened to American gotcha machines?
Yeah.
They don't make
You used
them
to see
anymore.
those all the time. The little things in the capsule, and you don't see them.
What happened to
Maybe
those?
people don't have quarters anymore.
Actually, they still exist because I watch Arcade Matt use
Check,
them every day.
check out Billy Mitchell.
Check out Billy
Check 'em
Mitchell.
out. We love you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I am rectangular. I feel it in my bones. I am rectangular.